Welcome to Thursday Night Therapy, things you talk to your therapist about. The show where we dive into the good, the bad, and the downright awkward conversations we all have, or maybe should have, in therapy. Tonight's topic is it healthy to remain friends with your ex? Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, please just take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that every time that we go live, you know when we are up. My name is Payne, a single woman navigating the highs and lows of modern dating. Fellas, introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dante. I'm the realist of the group. I'm once married, now divorced and dating, here to bring you guys a grounded perspective, pushing past all the fluff and getting to the heart of what really matters. Here's the love doctor. Take it away.
What's up, everybody? Yes. Like I said, I was lost, and now, I found my purpose, and I'm doing good. So I'm on a new path in life, and it feels good. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and do my weekly rant. Something that I just noticed on my timeline, right? Okay. First of all, I want to say that, and there was a saying, the saying goes that time is the only currency you spend without ever knowing your balance, right? You can always make up for time, but you can never get that time back. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because I met this lady in 2018. And she had just, she had just broke up with her man. And, of course, I hit it, right? And,
of course.
And after I hit it, I like to give counsel to people. And that's always been my counsel, to even though we were both hoes at the time, I still like to, help people, solve their issues or whatever. So she was just telling me, I was asking her, well, why'd you break up with you? Why y'all break up? And she just gave me a trivial reason. She said that her man was not as ambitious. He was not as ambitious as she was. So she wanted to get into real estate, and she had these $1 million dreams of being a real estate agent, with a lot of properties and things like that. But he was just satisfied for working for the post office, and she wanted more than that. But I told her, listen, I was like, you have a man there that loves you. He cares about you, and he'll do anything for you, and he wants to marry you. So why would you leave that? You know what I'm saying? And she was hard at it. She didn't listen. So fast forward to, I just checked her timeline not too long ago, came across my post. She's now having narcoleptic seizures. She's going through a big health problems, and now she's lonely, and she has nobody there for her. You know what I'm saying? And this guy would have been the type of guy that would have been for her in her time of need. And that's why I say, like, we're on this earth for a short period of time, man, that we cannot take for granted. And when we're winning, we sometimes get overconfident, but we need to stay humble, because you never know when your time is up and it's all over for you.
All right. Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, love doctor. Thank you for your rant. I needed that to keep going. Just a reminder, tonight's topic is it healthy to remain friends with your ex? If so, stick around. If not, still stick around, because we're going to dive into it. So let's talk about it. Dante, how was your weekend? Chuck, how was your weekend?
Hey, man, listen, I hadn't had a chance to talk to you guys since the holiday, man. Thanksgiving was good. I hope you guys was too. Clearly it's starting to get cold down here. I'm in the South, I'm in Georgia, but we're definitely starting to feel that cold. It's coming down. Week's been good. My kids were gone for the holiday. They were out of town with their mom. I was walking around damn near naked. It was a blast. Y'all should have been there. Kids are back, school's back, work is back, podcast is back, clothes are back. Everything's back to normal. We're good. We're in here having a really good time. What's up with you, Chuck?
Oh, yeah. Hey, everything went well. Just enjoyed basically a nice sports weekend. That's a thing, that we have to look forward to, checking out these games, how are they playing out, things like that, especially in college. So I just kicked back. I've been on a new workout program, and I've been, eating a little. So I didn't, eat Thanksgiving food or nothing like that, but I've been sticking to my little program. So I'm telling you, next year I'm about to get right, for real. Mm-hmm. Next year I'm coming out next year, dog. You're gonna see a lot of shirtless pics next year. Trust me.
I was with you.
I'm coming out. So so I've just been back into in the gym eating. Okay, yeah. eating right and stuff like that. So yeah, it's so that's it. That's all. I've just been, just chilling out, just enjoying my day. And like I said, I'm sorry to hear that you guys are having bad weather because it's a nice, sunny 70 degrees here. So it feels pretty good.
Here you go.
Did I hear you say you didn't eat Thanksgiving food? Did I hear you say that?
No, because remember, I'm in Vegas. Most of my family is in Ohio, so I really don't have no Thanksgiving, like dinner anyway. My wife cooks some things, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm on my grind, dog. Next year I'm coming back out, dog. I'm coming back.
I like it.
I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. I found in the past 2 weeks, my job has. If I haven't said before, I work in construction, and our time schedule is getting hectic because of the holidays. So now they're starting to push more into the evening, which sucks because it cuts into my gym time. So now I've been kicking this around for like a while, for probably about a year now. And I'm like, okay, I need to pull the trigger because I got goals. So now I'm about to start waking up at 4 a.m. so I can hit the gym in the morning. And then I just have to be in bed by 9 p.m., which I'm cool with, So I'm with Chuck when I'm on this fitness journey. We popping out all 2025, right? That's a year 40. I gotta be 40 and 5, man. I heard it's really lit for us. So, I'm pretty excited about this. But my weekend was great. What did I do this weekend? I worked, maybe. Oh, I'm looking for apartments. I want an apartment. I looked for a couple of apartments to stay in temporarily. So I did that. And that's about it. Just work. I'm boring. I don't do nothing. But, let's talk current events.
All right. Who's first?
Man, I can start us off if y'all want me to, man. I was, as usual, scrolling my timeline. And this is one that a couple of you guys have probably heard about, but one I wanted to bring to the table, man. We're talking about love, and I thought it was a really good time to bring it up here, man. And for those who don't know, the children of Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy, Eddie Murphy's son and Martin Lawrence's daughter, are engaged to be wed. Really beautiful love story, man. These two have actually been together for quite some time. There's some funny back and forth going on between Martin and Eddie, talking about paying for the wedding, some jokes and whatnot. Took a look at these brothers' net worth, and as you guys can imagine, Eddie can afford it a couple times over. But his stance is, no, Martin, I paid for my daughter's wedding, and now you got to pay for yours. So sounds like Martin's gonna pay, but I thought this was really, really nice love story, man. Have you guys heard about this at all?
Yeah, I remember them talking about it. I think I want to say last year, and it was so interesting to know that if your daughter is going to end up with anybody, I mean, Eddie Murphy, an offspring of Eddie Murphy, your daughter is set for life, and they look like they really are into each other. They seem like they really love each other. They look like a really good couple. So I wish them the best.
Yeah, I give them that. They're really, really cute together. I agree with you. And they probably share some similar upbringing. And we're probably able to connect over that. So, no, I just thought it was really cool.
Right. And this almost goes back to old school times where, it's almost like it's a semi-arranged marriage almost probably. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure they did a lot of things, family together and things like that. And then you got two powerful families with their kids, going into the next level and uniting their income and taking that, into the next generation. So, I mean, I like it. Him and Eddie Murphy are really good friends and things like that. Eddie Murphy was one of his mentors and things like that. And they, hey man, I love it, man. I love to see that black love, man. And then, like I said, if they have any problems, I'm sure, they could take care of that as a family. So I'm thinking they're set up for success.
Yeah. Congratulations to the beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So hold on. You want to go ahead and go with Champagne?
Yeah, because I know you need your time. I want to make sure you get all that time, Chuck.
Right. Okay. All right, hold on. Here we go. I got something for y'all. Hold on, here we go. All right. Hold on, I gotta cue it up. Okay. All right. I don't know if y'all seen this, but Drea Michelle, it just came to term that she used to date a football quarterback named Tyrod Taylor. He was like a journeyman. He played for different teams. He played for Cleveland, New York. I think he played for San Diego. He was kind of a journeyman. But he had an arrangement with Drea where, you know, she could stay at the crib, and she claims that verbally she said that he told her that she could buy the house. But I mean, and then now, like, he couldn't get her out the house. It took him a long time, and now he finally got her out the house. He had to file eviction paper because now she's having a baby by this guy. I don't know if she had the baby yet or she's about to have a baby by the dude named Jalen Green that plays for Houston. He's nice. The little dude nice too. I mean, I watched this game. He's nice, but man, what is wrong with these athletes, man? Like, I mean, they are the easiest prey out on the market to have for females like this to have access to guys that are millionaires and be able to take advantage of them is crazy. We need to mentor our youth better. They need to have some type of program about predatory behavior with these females, because these dudes are straight up suckers, man. Straight up. I mean, I have to say it. Like I said, they've been playing football and they good at football, but as far as these relationships, they square on these relationships, dog. Because I mean, bro, Drea Michelle, man, she been around the block so many times, and then she older than both of these guys. And like I said, Jalen, he only like 22, 23, and she's damn near 40. So I mean, come on, man. We need more uncles involved in their lives. Come on, we got to take care of these guys because they're getting taken advantage of in a big way. And this is just such a bad look for everybody.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say was the uncles and the dads and the big brothers and the OGs, man. Problem is a lot of cats don't have nobody to go to about their women. You turn 22, 23, all this money in your pocket, and you can't turn to somebody and say, what you think about this lady situation? And it's crazy. Your pops is supposed to be there to drop some knowledge on you and tell you, like, nah, son, that ain't the one.
Right.
Strap up. Make sure you're careful out here. You got money now. These women is gonna want X and Y from you. Like, they're just not putting these young men up on game because it really is ridiculous. This young man is young. He's like 22, maybe 23, and she's damn near 40. And it's like, she knew what she was doing, but also that was on him.
Oh yeah.
She caught him slipping. So another payday, yet another child from yet another man who's an athlete, and she be getting them, boy. She be getting them.
Her face card don't decline. These are guys who's looking there like, they want pretty babies. They want pretty babies. They want what Cat Williams said. They go after the same light-skinned woman. Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily true, but they're not. They know what can happen. Like it's like somebody getting shocked that you had sex with someone unprotected and they got pregnant. They know what can happen. They don't care. They don't care, and they have the Superman complex, which is, I got this, that, and the other thing. It's not no big deal to me. And they don't think long term. This might seem cool now. Yeah, this is cool now, but they like the long term. So I hope they get together. I would love for there to be more male mentors. I know I forgot what athlete, but I know one athlete, he has some type of program where they educate, young baseball players and young athletes about the perils of gold diggers, and y'all know how y'all are. Y'all hard-headed.
Pussy run the world, man.
Right, that's true. Because I mean, when you try to talk to these young guys, they are very hard-headed. It's hard for it to resonate. Sometimes you do gotta let life teach them lessons if you know what I'm saying, because they don't listen. But I mean, in these situations, man, it's so much at stake, man. Like, it's like, like you going from poor or middle class to now you're wealthy. They don't know how to handle it, and they don't understand that they are big targets, man. You got to be careful. Like they are trying. I mean, it ain't just you just finding a little fling, whatever. But you get one of these girls pregnant, that's a lottery ticket. I'm talking about they're taking a lot of your earnings for 18 years. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like like I said, my uncles and my dad, they always kept it real with me. You got to have at least one or two people that you can go to for counsel and like, look, what's going on, because we seen that with the Travis Hunter guy after the game where his girl got mad at him about something. I mean, somebody need to tell them, man. But once they get money, you can't tell them nothing. They think they know everything.
And that's the key right there, man. It's hard to tell millionaires something, man. It is, especially when they're young, 21 years old, 19 years old, driving the car of my dreams. And I'm trying to tell you how to handle your business.
That's real.
It's tough.
Yeah, so that's great. All right, so what we got, Champagne?
Okay. So Cam Newton, my favorite individual, and I say that, you know, facetiously, but he has a show, and on his show he has Ice Cube, and I have liked Ice Cube for many years. And Cam Newton is sitting there, he's talking to Ice Cube, and Ice Cube has been with his wife for over, I want to say over 30 years maybe, but at least over 20 years. Him and his wife have been together, which is admirable, especially when you're in Hollywood, especially when you're, you know, from the background that he's from. You don't see that like that, and you don't really hear so much about Ice Cube embarrassing his wife out here. You know, he's about his business. You know, he's about focusing. So him and Cam Newton, they're talking, and Cam is saying, "How do you do it? You know, how do you be faithful to someone? I wish." Oh, can I share my screen?
Oh, go ahead. If it lets you, go ahead.
Let's see. All right. Hope you guys don't see my my crazy pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I pulled it up.
I'm gonna add this. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Ice Cube. Yeah, so you guys can see what's going on.
Yep.
Hey, now Cam Newton, for the past, I'll say, several episodes, he has been having people on there. He had Corey Holcomb, which is another person I do not care for, and it's not even his joke. I get his jokes are not for me. He's for men, and that's cool. But he just seems I do not care for him. And he's had a couple other people on there, and he got Ice Cube on there, and Ice Cube and him were talking about his wife and his family. And sorry guys, I'm hoping it comes up. I sent it to Chuck, but I wanted to make sure that it comes up. Here we go. Secret, 32 years of marriage. And he gives them the secret. Cam Newton asks him, what is the secret to marriage? And Ice Cube says,
we've been married since 92, so is that 32 years? How? Like with the math? You want to be. You got to want it. You just got to want it, man. I don't want nobody to have my woman. She mine. I'm hers.
The relationship has to have staying power. You don't stay with a person as long as you've been with your person and can honestly say, man, every single day I wake up and it's just doves flying.
But who in your life is it like that with? You don't like your mama every day. Some days she get on your nerves. Some days, your brother, sister, people that you love, and spend a lot of time with. Every day ain't gonna be roses.
Yeah.
You can't expect that. It's all about, are y'all a family or not?
Okay, so I want to stop. I didn't want to go too long, but he came on there, and I thought Ice Cube summed it up brilliantly. And Cam, he's out here, being a baby daddy and making a whole bunch of baby mamas, which is wild to me because most people would argue this is a product of a single parent home, but no, Cam's parents have been married for over 30 years, and this is how he acts. So the fact that he seems like it's crazy for someone to be together for so long, and he comes from a product of a marriage that's longstanding, is crazy. But I wanted to show that props to Ice Cube because we don't get to see so much of that positivity. It's been so much hate, and he seems like he just really appreciates his wife and vice versa.
Right. And see, and notice of that clip, that is someone who, and talking Cam Newton, is somebody who's doing theories because of where he's at in his life, and he can't understand how somebody can stay with somebody that long because his mentality, like I said, he's out here, he's smashing all these females. He even wants all the babies mamas that he can get. He has a different mentality. And now remember, before the age of 45, I had the same mentality, even though, I did have a wife and things like that, but I never stopped cheating. So I could never really get it until I had to do some self-reflection. So I think with Cam, maybe in due time, as he develops as a human being, he may see the other side to it. But other people, have a different learning curve. And I think that, like I said, with Ice Cube, he was talking all that gangster rap stuff, but he was actually a loving husband. You know what I'm saying? So he was capping. You know what I mean? But he was actually, but you're perpetuating all this negativity out there when you're in fact a happily married man. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of like, you know, that hypocrisy stuff, man. I don't really get that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Ice Cube pretty much put out there. He changed his ways over the year, you know, with different barbershops and, you know, where did I go yet and stuff like that. But you started off, you was perpetuating all this stuff, dog. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but you really wasn't that.
He was cheating like out here like that? I don't know about Ice Cube. That wasn't really my time. I gotta go research Ice Cube. Oh, can you hear me?
That's my time. Yeah, I remember, man. Shoot, Ice Cube, man, he was hard. Like they came out in the late 80s. Yeah, they was hard. The NWA and all them, man. Please, they was dogging women back then, boy, for real. I'm telling you, man, please. Him and Too Short and all them. I mean, that's
definitely Too Short.
They you know, yeah.
Almost got fired because of Too Short. What did Mike Booker say? Cam sound like he got CTE. Dang, Mike. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. But so tonight's topic, let's get into it. Tonight's topic is it healthy to remain friends with your ex?
That's deep, y'all.
All right. Let's go ahead and get it. I'm gonna go ahead and set it off real quick. Let me go ahead and set it off. Okay, listen. All right. In our journey finding a partner, boyfriend, spouse, whatever, a lot of us have loved and lost, you know, more than one time. So it's always likely that, unless we married our high school sweetheart, that we'll have exes that we have to deal with, depending on the circumstances on how we broke up. Some people break up and it's completely burn it down, but some people don't really have that sincere closure with their ex, and they still stay in contact with their ex. And there's many reasons why people stay in contact with their exes. If you genuinely liked your ex and you've actually like had relationships with like their family and you know and things like that, and you might have had a genuine connection with them. Sometimes that connection stays because you know people or whatever the case may be. So sometimes it's harder to just say, you know, let me just close this book because you have some type of connection with that person. So when you're looking for a new love, you have to balance that out or completely cut it off. You know, and it, like I said, and it depends on how you deal with it, because like I said, sometimes, you know, exes stay in contact with you because they want to still have that connection with you, ego thing. Where, man, I hit it once, I can always hit it. But sometimes, you know, it could just be friends. I'm gonna just give you an example, like where I dealt with this lady that actually was still dealing with her ex. Now, I had a shop at Crossroads Plaza, and Champagne been there because we used to broadcast Nell Radio and all that case, right? So this one day, this lady came in there, and she was a nurse or whatever, you know, chocolate little nurse or whatever. She brought her computer in and she started flirting with me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and I was trying to, you know, because I take care of business first. I'm going to hit it after I take care of business, but I ain't going to just, you're going to pay me first. But anyway, so she was coming there flirting and all that or whatever. And then I ain't paying no mind. Then when she came back and picked her computer up, you know, she paid me. And then she was like, so how you doing? You know, I was talking to you the first time, but you was acting like you was scared and this and that. I was like, nah, I ain't scared or whatever. Let's link up. So anyway, we ended up going on a date, right? Went to the movies, and then, you know, I ain't take her to the crib, so I took her back to the shop. You know what I'm saying? I had a living room in the back of the shop, you know what I mean? So anyway, so I took her back to the shop, and, you know, we did our thing. After we did our thing, she's like, oh yeah, you know, my boy, I ain't even gonna say his name. That I was like, what? She was like, yeah, we still, you know, I mean, you know, we still cool, whatever. I got a kid behind, but you know, it ain't nothing. So the next morning, all right, no, so okay. So when I'm leaving out of the shop, I'm headed to the crib. My crib was right down the street from the shop. I'm headed to the crib. This Negro was in my neighborhood, like he was looking for her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hold on. So I text her like, did you tell her that? She was like, oh, I just said we was going to the movies and this and that. So this nigga hit my inbox up in the morning, like, man, he was like, yeah, man, I just want you to know we still be having sex sometime and stuff like that, and it's gonna be awkward since I know you and this and that. I'm like, niggas, man, those suckers, man. So anyway, make a long story short, well, it was too late. I already hit it, so I let that play out. So I was hitting it for the next couple months.
It's too late.
Anyway. I mean, if you'd have hit me up before I hit it, then I could have stopped it. But it was too late after that. She was a little chocolate thing, and man, please, bro. It was too late, dog. Hey, I can't undo it. You feel me? But anyway, but this was an example on how like they always stayed in contact, and it was always they had a rapport with each other, and he felt like since he had always that was his girl for a long time that nobody else should be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you got to be careful when you're dealing with your exes because they can actually influence on how you go in the future, and it can mess up your actual your relationships in the future. Like I said, in that case, I seen the dynamics that they still had, and it wasn't never gonna work, man, because he was still around. So so we got to be careful when we're dealing with exes, especially if they still trying to hit.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. What are you thinking, Dante?
Yeah, looking for.
That is, like he showed why. Why would he even do this? Ugh, that's gross.
Wow, that's that
right.
Man pussy. What you mean? Come on, man.
He ain't married.
That ain't never going nowhere, man. That's crazy.
He ain't married. If he ain't married,
but the thing is, I knew the guy. I knew him in passing from boxing and stuff like that for years. He never brought the girl around. He never claimed her as his girl. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't even know about her. And then after she told me that, I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? We was cool, but it wasn't like we was friends. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still might have respected it a little bit more if I would have known before I hit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. She had that, but yeah, she didn't have any boundaries. You gotta have boundaries. Yeah. People, right. I've seen that. I've seen some people with that friendship, and it's not really a friendship. It's y'all cool, but y'all fuck.
Right. And then she used me as leverage. She used our situation as leverage so they could get back together. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm messing with Chuck now and this and that. What? I'm like, bro, I was saying like because it was through third parties, like she was using me as leverage. So he would be jealous.
Quick. Yeah, he committed real quick after that.
What'd you say?
I said he committed real quick after that. He want to commit. He want to commit. Then he want to keep that pussy off the street, man.
That's because the whole nobody's gonna want you don't work.
Right. So Mike says you could be cool as long as you don't leave the door open because it'll definitely cause an issue with the new significant. That's right. You cannot, man, because I've had women that. They've, they were talking highly of their exes and things like that. And I'm like, well, why ain't you still with him then? I ain't trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what we got right here. You know what I'm saying? But they still, and that's a red flag too. When they talk highly of their exes still, then you need to leave that alone because they still, in some form or fashion, will get back with their ex if they talking highly about him like that. Straight up. So I don't play that shit.
Cut the music, Chuck.
The music, cut the music. It's playing in the background.
Oh man, what's going on here? All right, can y'all hear?
Yep.
All right.
It's off now.
Got it.
Right.
I don't know, Champagne. What do you think about this exes stuff?
Well, one, I just want to look to the ex. Is it healthy to remain friends with your ex? I think the first thing you have to really think about is be honest with yourself, right? I feel like some people aren't really friends with their ex because of a friendship. They're more friends with an ex because of the benefits that they could get. But if they couldn't get those benefits, they probably would not maintain a friendship because a friendship, it's a give and take, right? So My best friend may call me and say, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z for me? You know, there's no money involved. I just have to do it out the kindness of my heart, and vice versa. If you're not okay with that and you feel like, dang, you're not even giving me no pussy, I'm being nice. Like that, you're not really friends. There is no friendship. You know, if you're a woman who's getting really, really mad because this dude ain't coming through, you getting abnormally mad like he's your nigga. That's not really a friendship. All right. You still want to be with each other. You still want to mess around, and you're not really honest with yourself. So I feel that one, you have to really, really look out and see what kind of, if you really are looking to just be friends with this individual, be honest with yourself. Are you trying to lie in wait? And the other thing is, I think you have to really be over an ex, and time has to pass. I don't feel like you could break up June 1st and then you're like July 2nd, we're friends again. That doesn't work. All it's going to do is remind you of being together, and then it's just going to cause havoc. So that's where I also look at it from that avenue, because I do think that you can be friends with an ex, but I don't think that you can be friends with every ex, nor do I think you should be friends with every ex. That's just my point of view. Am I friends with any exes? I might, but I'm a people person. Once we're done, I don't believe in circling the block anyway. It's over.
Which one is it, sis?
It's over. Which one is it? Yeah, because I'm thinking like I wouldn't circle the block on that one. So we could only be friends is what I'm basically saying. There, we could never be more than friends. If you are an ex and you come to me, you have to settle for friendship because I'm no longer attracted to you.
Yeah, you know, when this topic hit the group chat,
yes,
I had to think about it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you kind of want to lean to like, if you're in a healthy state, you should be able to be friends with your ex and it not be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of would equate that to some sort of mental health or a healthy mental.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the longer I thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
the longer I thought about it, I said, fuck them.
Oh my God.
Damn. Are you kidding me? No, you know what's healthy is to leave a motherfucker in the past and not think about their ass no more.
Yeah.
What's healthy is to put your focus on the things that are in front of you, to have your priorities in place. We live one life, and dragging a bunch of motherfuckers along who wasn't meant to be it in the first place ain't doing nothing but dragging us down. So my thing is, it's all right to be cordial. It's all right to say, hey, at the grocery store, you certainly shouldn't hate your ex, but friends means we hang. Friends means we call each other. Friends means I rely on you when I need things. Friends means we jump on the phone and talk for no reason at all. And we're not doing none of that. So if I see you, it's all love. But friends, no, I don't think that's healthy. I think it's a much better place to actually rid yourself of whatever it was, whomever it was, and focus on what's new and what's in front of you. Because to the love doctor's point earlier, a lot of the times these exes will prevent you from procuring what you truly want in the future. Now, I'm going to tell a story. I don't know if this is what this young lady truly wanted in the future. I'm projecting. She may not have wanted me and the things that I have to offer, but I'll tell my story anyway. Maybe a year or so after my divorce, I had met a young lady who was a friend of a friend, and I thought she was amazing. No kids, good job, light skin. No, okay.
Oh my God.
I thought she was bad, you know what I mean? And Dick dug her personality. Like I said, she was a friend of a friend. The mutual friend was bigging her up, and she had a lot of good things to say about her as well. And kind of the way that we connected was over an ex. Payne, you know, I'm good at, if you got something going on, call me and we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So she was given my number originally. We had already been in some similar circles, but contact information was exchanged around. She was going through a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Need somebody to talk to. Dante, I thought you'd be nice. It's good to talk to her. So we talked. We talked for months. It was completely about what she had going on. But as you can imagine, you get to know a person as you're having these conversations. You're hearing things that she went through with this man, and it's like, girl, you deserve so much better. You deserve do all of that. So eventually we went out to dinner, took her out, and just as we began to have certain conversations, finally, just began to have certain conversation. Her ex got wind of it. I was told because she told me he saw our messages. Woo, 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 woo. When I tell you, Chuck, within 60 days, this girl was pregnant by this man. Within 60 days. Had no kid, good job, all this other stuff. Now she's pregnant, baby on the way. Value for me plummets. Stays with the ex. I hear not good things related to, they're not together today, but related to the way that he treated her throughout the duration of the pregnancy and even when the baby got here and stuff like that. So just another example of, and I was in a situation where I was speaking in terms of marriage and forever and these things, and now you got a baby daddy. Again, maybe projecting. I don't know that this young lady wanted marriage and forever. I assume that portion, but just kind of share my tidbit relative to sometimes those exes being around can cost you what your next blessing is, like the love doctor said.
Right. They can't wait around.
Yeah, I don't know, what I don't know what women be thinking, like thinking that when a guy comes into the relationship, like he's just gonna be accepting if you still being cool with your ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, this one time, like I said, I was about to go to New York, right? And I met this girl at this little, this little hood food spot, right? She was bad too. She looked like Irene Cara. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm going to pick her up, I'm about to pick her up. She's gonna go to New York with me. So when I'm about to pick her up, some motorcycle dude came out there. He had his little vest on and stuff like that, and gave her a hug. And then she was about to get into the car. And then he came to, hey man, what's up? I ain't gonna say name, but yeah, man, make sure you take good care of her and stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, I got you, dog. This nigga stayed in her basement. You know what I'm saying? And so, bro, I mean, what do you think I'm gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I just looked at it as, hey, look, come on, man. He stayed in the basement, so that he's still hitting it. But when we came back, though, you know what I'm saying? We used to do some ungodly acts up in her room, and I was like, Dad, hold on, shh. You know what I'm saying? And she was no, it's cool, it's cool. Hey, whatever, bro. We still had the free show party. You know what I mean?
You said whatever.
That's what the things that I used to do back in the day. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Man, bro, what is y'all thinking about, man? Like, I can only look at you a certain way if you still got your ex hanging around. So, women, please don't be stupid. If you're done with your ex, just please let him go. If not, then you're not going to build something forward. A guy's not going to look at you like that if you still hang around your ex, man. We always, like I told you, I always say that the male ego is very fragile. You cannot have that. We always gonna put it in the back of our mind that he's still hitting it, bro. Like for real. Because there's a lot of exes that I can still hit if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I'm not going to. But I'm just saying, like, that's just not a good look. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And to Chuck's point, related to men and the male ego, I was having this conversation with my female best friend earlier. When we meet you, we are evaluating you to see whether or not you can fit that bill. Can you be my woman? And it does not take much for us to make our mind up. Oh, hell no. And it could be an ex calling you on our first date. I've made my mind up that you'll never be my woman. The male ego is fragile. So the thing, once I see that, oh, she for the streets, I ain't witness. We'll make up our mind and before even knowing the full story. Our ego is fragile. Right. We see, if I'm on a second date with you and a man that I don't know approaches you and gives you a hug and y'all talk for 10 seconds, and I don't like the way that interaction went, there's a good chance I could leave that second date like, I ain't never calling this bitch. Right. Just off of that interaction. So the thing is, like, clear your plate so you can get a fresh scoop, baby.
That's right. That's
right. Some people are like that. Thomas Little says, friends know, cordial maybe. The front windshield of a car is a lot larger than back windshield. Keep looking forward. There are some people who could. I think if you don't believe that men and women can truly just be platonic, like truly be platonic, it will be a hard concept for you. And I've seen that. I have a really good friend of mine, and her mom is great friends with her dad, which is her ex-husband. And even and let me tell you, and she shares this situation. So when she was younger, her mom started messing with a married man, and he was married and he had 2 children, and he started messing with this young girl, and she didn't know that he was married at the time. So she had no idea who he was. He thought she was hot. He was way older than her. He was in her 30s. She was like 18, 19. He's over here spitting game like, yeah, I can do this for you. And cool. So after she got pregnant, she discovered he was married. He was married, had a whole entire family. And for years, it was just he went back and forth between these 2 women. And it was just turmoil. The wife it was just crazy. Fast forward years now, the wife, the ex-wife, and I mean, both of the wives are now ex-wives. One has remarried someone else. The other one is single. He's married someone. And the 2 women that were beefing, they're all cool now. They come together, have Christmas. If they're in town, the ex-wives will come and go and do lunch together. It's a really just, it's really like, oh shit, all the kids, they got kids by different people. They come together, and there's no animosity. It's no animosity. Now, it took them some years to get there because, you cheat on somebody. Who would think that you would be cool with your mistress, your man's mistress? But it's a very healthy situation. They're not messing around. She's married to it. She brings her husband to the situation. We're so not used to seeing it. It sounds crazy. Even when I say it, because you're not used to seeing it, you're taught, you think, okay, I hate my dude. I always got to hate you. If it's beef forever, like Cardi says. But there's certain people who value like, hey, you know what? You're a decent person. I'm a decent person. It started off as we're just raising the kids, but now the kids they're grandparents. They're grandparents now, and they're still cool and they still hang out like that. So I don't think that's a norm. I think it's very few people who could carry off things like that, as in being friends with your ex and being healthy with them. But to some of your guys' points, there are people out there who they really don't know what friendship is. They really don't see the value of friendship. It's a you gotta do something for me, or I have to do something for you. Especially when you and then I see men, especially guys who got baby mamas, they like to double back. They're not really friends with her. They're not cool. That's not a friendship. I don't see that as him trying to be friends with her. He's just trying to be cool so he can keep the cookie line open. He's gonna say what he needs to say so he can always run back to the cookie line. And she's stupid, so she's gonna let it happen. But I don't think that those are what friends are. Those are just really blurry and icky lines that makes it difficult for people who actually have true friendships with their exes, who actually see like, hey, you're a good guy. I'm good. We were great friends, but we don't work out as a lover. And and I think that's okay. I think it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up. So I mean, Chuck, who's the white woman in the background? No, this is actually a crystal. This is me and my wife. You can't really see it, but on our wedding picture that I got back here. Yeah.
Wow, Charmaine, it be your own people.
It ain't no white. Stop playing. So that's my that's our little crystal that I got for that I got her, but I'm keeping it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, man, it's just, sometimes you have to deal with some of your exes if in certain situations, like if you have kids by them, you have no choice while they're young to talk to them, because, you got to make decisions on their well-being and, what direction you want to go and things like that. I've had, exes that, that I was real cool with their kids, what I'm saying? They wasn't my kids, stepkids or nothing, but so I check every once in a while, but it's almost, I still do it in the same manner as if it is a baby's mom. And I'll just say, hey, how's Jay doing, or whatever the case may be? How's he been? And they be like, oh, he's doing good, this and that. Okay, cool. I'm glad everything is good. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And you cut it off, but you can't keep going on because it's so convenient to, when you're with your ex, because it's somebody that you know and things like that. And it's easy if you're around them, to have something jump off. So you don't even put yourself in that position, because if it was going to work, it would have worked. And since it didn't work, move on. Because if you keep that lingering, it's just going to mess up your progress, man. You're still looking back. Just like Thomas said earlier, you keep looking backwards, and you're not paying attention to what's going on, man. So you had it for a definite wreck, man. If you keep on thinking about what could have been when it never happened,
Yeah.
Well, why would they think about what could have been? What if they broke up? Maybe they just didn't want to be with the individual.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Think about what could have been.
Right, but what I'm saying is, why is the person still hanging on though? Like, and like I said, and we have to be really clear when we talk about what is a friend, because there's different levels to the game. You see what I'm saying? A friend is not somebody that you just you check up on every once in a while. That's somebody that you might have used to be associated with, but somebody that's in your day to day, I would say, is more of a friend that you invite over to all your little get-togethers and things like that. Is this a person that you're going to have around your new person? And you know what I'm saying? So there's different levels to the game when you talk about friends. That's why I say friends in quotes, because I mean, I really don't think you can really be a true friend to your ex like that. Y'all can be cool, but you can't have your ex around your new situation, man, because like I said, it's not a good look, man. And like I said, just like y'all category men, we category y'all off the bat too. If we think you're a good woman that might be somebody fit to be in a relationship with, we'll put you in that category. If not, we'll put you in the other category. And it's hard to come off of that. You know what I'm saying? It is.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's worth it. The thing is, my thing is, why dangle your relationship over a cliff? Just because you have confidence in yourself to hold on to it. My thing is, what if something happens? Don't do it in the first place. So, what happens when this ex asks about your current relationship on a day where it's not going well? So how things going with you and Chuck? That's all he need. That's all your ex need right there.
See, right. But that's not your friend though. That's if he's
if you having those your friends know what's going on in your relationship. Your friends do.
But they know what's going on in your relationship, but that's not a way in for them. If that dude or if that woman is truly your friend, they're really going to provide you advice so that the relationship can work. If they see that as like, ooh, yeah, I didn't want to say nothing before, but that's not a friend. And I think we do have to go back to identifying what a friend is. I think someone said that you call your friend every day, or your friend comes over to your house every day. Jessica is my best friend. I talk to this woman once a month. But if she needed me, I'm going to be there for her. So I think you have to identify what your friend is. And Maya has a point. I'm definitely cool with my son's father, but we definitely have boundaries. We aren't calling each other, but definitely can celebrate our son together with our spouses during our son's milestones. So.
Yeah, you got kids. I mean, you got kids together.
You got kids together?
Like that. That's if you got kids together, I feel like that's slightly different, because you have to be around each other a certain amount of years. And then you do kind of develop a friendship outside of ever having been together. When you break up with somebody, you don't have any kids, any ties. It's like, I don't understand why they're still there. Like I said, it just putting your relationship, your next relationship, your future relationship, in my opinion, in jeopardy. What happens when, things aren't going well in your relationship and that person is around or talk? You don't know what their intentions are. You don't know if you say, try getting on my nerve, but we always get through it. You don't know what that man is thinking after that to say, well, he was never my friend the whole time. Well, you were friends with him for 3 years before you found that out. So very unhealthy. So for me, it's too much of a wild card. It's too much of guessing. It's too much of a if this, then that type of thing, where I say cut it off. I'm with Thomas. Front windshield bigger than the back for a reason. Focus forward, clean your plate, clear your plate, so that we can put something new on it.
Thomas, you'll say, how can your basket be refilled if you've never emptied it? Blessings will be missed. If you are keeping that friend with the hope of romance, even a slight hope, even a small diminishing hope, absolutely, you have really blocked your blessing. So I do agree with it in that aspect. I have another couple of friends that I meet, because I meet a lot of people. They met because they're through their ex. So their ex, they went to a party with an ex. Yeah. and they were so we'll just I know they don't care for me, but I don't want to put their name out. So you have Maya and you have Mark. Maya and Mark dated. Maya and Mark broke out. Maya got a new dude. She has somebody else. Mark is single, but they're friends. They were friends before, they had that friendship before. They just couldn't deal with being together. So they're friends or whatever, invited to a party. Mark found his future wife at the party with Maya and such. And they, every now and then, they'll get together as a group. They go to lunch, they go to dinner. It's no one is really into each other. Everyone is over it. It takes a certain level of and I do also feel like it's a maturity thing. And to me, a maturity thing is pretending like you're over somebody and you're really not. A lot of people just want to hold on to ex relationships. They don't want to really be.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Because and you'll know when I started when I have male guys who I call my male acquaintances, you're not my friend, you're male acquaintances. Mm-hmm. Those guys would call and they would do the thing like Chuck said, hey, so how's your relationship going? Or are you still talking to old dude? And like, I knew like, oh yeah, that's not a guy who's really interested in being with me. That he's not really my friend. He's waiting for that end. Like, the guy who's waiting for the end. The other guy, the guy who I had messed with years ago, who we're friends, who was an ex. I was in a relationship and I was like, oh man. Well, I wasn't in the relationship yet, but I was dating a guy and I felt like this guy was playing around and, I'm like, he doesn't want to be with me, yada, yada. And Mike was like, look, you need to do X, Y, and Z. You're doing this. You need to stop doing that. You're going to chase him off, blah, 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 blase, blase. And Mike was also single at the time, right? But he gave me that what I needed to secure that relationship. And me and old dude started dating and it was never, hey, what's up? I had parties. He was there. It wasn't like you sit there like, hey, me and you used to have sex years ago. Like, you don't have any kind of conversation like that. And you're also not all up in each other's face, but there's boundaries and respects that you have with exes. So for me, that was a healthy ex relationship where it's like, you're just a good dude versus you're a dude who has an ulterior motive. And a lot of these people are not friends. They have ulterior motives.
Yeah. Well, also what you talked about with Maya and Maya's dude, Mark. Mm-hmm. It's easy to do when everybody's dating somebody. Mm-hmm. Fast forward. Niggas ain't dating nobody no more. I'm trying to tell you, it's still there. So Maya and Mark, why everybody got somebody is cool. One night, both broke up with people within the last 3 months and end up in the same location. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, well, that's different though. They're both single at that time, right?
But were they ever really friends that whole time if they were willing to after breaking up with other people? So it's still there. And it's easy to do when you got other people. It's easy for, me and my kids, she got a boyfriend. If I got a girl, hey, whatever. It's easy then.
Right.
But when everybody's single and hanging out and just, I'm lonely, you lonely, it can still be there. So for my thing is like, man, I personally wouldn't take a 0.001% chance with my personal relationship. Your ex got to go, baby. He fucked. He can get the fuck out of here.
If she gonna fuck somebody, it doesn't matter if it's an ex. She gonna fuck somebody. It don't matter.
That's cool.
Oh, it matters if this dude's been around you the whole.
What I'm saying is,
this dude's been around you the whole time, and then all of a sudden, now y'all break up or whatever. Now she back in the bed with him. Then,
but y'all broke up. What does that matter?
It don't matter. Then that means, like I said, you had a guy around the situation. You had sexual tension around the situation that she knew that she could fall back on. If
not necessarily.
Things did not go right with it. Yes. Oh my! Are you kidding me?
I don't believe I got my first shot.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Then why go immediately back to him then?
Because it's you're comfortable with this person. You trust this person. You don't feel like going to find some other dick right now. It's just comfortable. You guys have been in the same boat. You guys have played friends.
So who's to say that those same reasons won't apply when I'm out of town for a week?
See, you don't trust her.
He comfortable and he all.
You don't trust her.
Oh yeah, Mike's coming by. He's gonna fix the light bulb in the back porch. Like
he'll do that with anybody. If a person cheats, if they cheat, they gonna cheat. It's in them. It doesn't matter if it's with a friend or with Bill around the corner. If it's in them, it's in them.
But this is you're not talking to guys that are new to this. We've been around the block several times.
You guys, you couldn't be
we have been that guy. Listen,
you guys,
we've been that guy. So we know how the game goes when things happen when we're around the team. We know. So you can't just pull the wool over our eyes. So like I said, if we've been in that position, we know how when things go wrong, and we got friends around that we know we can hit when things don't go right with their man. So why would we have somebody like us around that situation? You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen it. You know what I'm saying? We're not just saying this stuff. We live this shit. I did for a long time. Like I said, I didn't care. I was the side piece. Yeah, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying?
Married women and everything, man.
You cannot pull the wool over.
You guys are the ones you're talking about. Yes, I can see why you felt that way. When you do a lot of dirt, you do have to be afraid of it coming up. Yes, all right. But for other people who are not like you,
can identify dirt.
A lot of people who are not like you guys.
Most guys are like us. What are you talking about?
The majority of men.
That is, I won't say the majority now. I won't say the majority. Y'all got to beat more people. Y'all not the majority.
We weird.
What?
Yeah, I'm not saying. I don't think you're the majority at all.
We're the majority. We're average men. We're not weird. We're regular dudes. Like I
think you might be the average out here in this area. Yeah, you're the average in your group. Absolutely, but. Overall, no, I don't think that's the average thought process.
Like I said, listen, Champagne. Listen, I never ran around with Dante. I just met Dante not too long ago. This is the general ideology that most single men have. You feel me? So don't be hard. We trying to give y'all some game and let y'all know what's going on. If y'all want to be hard headed and not listen to us. Then let life teach you. You know what I'm saying? But we keeping it real with you. There's no listen. I'm married now. I ain't got no reason to lie about what has been going on.
I agree with y'all.
I'm trying to enlighten you. I know, guys. I hear the locker room talk and all that. Trust me, it may come in different forms, but the ideology for single men.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, you got to be careful. Don't have him around your guy. Don't do it.
So. Here's the thing. This is where they're coming because I've had a conversation with a couple of females as well.
Uh-huh.
Men know men and women know women. So I want to flip it to you real quick. You dating a guy. His ex-girlfriend is very close. How does that make you feel?
I gotta see what those boundaries are looking like.
It's kind of like, what's the point though? Like having this B word around while we dating.
What?
What's the point?
Why would she be that off rip? Like, did she do something wrong to him? Is she a horrible person? Or I'm afraid that she's gonna take my man? Is that the fear?
You're deflecting, man.
I'm not deflecting, but if he has a friend with an ex, if he has his ex and they're friends with his ex, okay, right? Which I need to see what those boundaries are looking like. If he's like, we have to go to dinner every Monday and we have to be on the phone and I gotta text her and like, no, that's a no. That's absolutely not. But if it's like, hey,
when you're out of town,
huh?
Can she come by when you're out of town?
No, because I wouldn't do that with my male friend. I don't even do that with my. I have married. Let me tell you, I have friends. I love their husbands. Their husbands are amazing, and I don't think their husbands would do anything to me, and I would never do anything with their husbands. But what I don't do, and this is not because there's any type of, this is going to happen. It's just that I don't want nobody to say anything about it because people don't understand, right? So if the wife's not home, I'm not in the house. But it's not because I don't trust myself. It's that I don't trust other people.
Correct. That's all I've been saying the whole time.
Not the guy, like friends, who's going to sit here and be like, he's been sleeping with your man. That's who I don't trust.
He has to go.
Anyway, that's our time, everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's get last thoughts, y'all, before we get off the air.
Make sure you're friends for the right reasons. That's it. Don't sit there with no long con. If you just trying to get smashed, don't be friends with that man or woman.
Friends is possible. Doesn't make it healthy.
Okay. And by last thing, listen, everybody, make sure, for me, in my experiences, keep your ex. If you don't have any kids with them, check up on them. Whatever, but that's it. Keep it at a surface level thing. Keep it short. If you need to check up on him and his family, whatever, I get that. But don't have them around your relationship. Give your relationship a chance and start off fresh so your new man don't have nothing to worry about, or a woman don't have nothing to worry about. Okay? So until next time, please like and subscribe to the channel because, like I said, we're going to build it. We're going to go into a really good direction for next year. So make sure y'all keep tuning in. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.